Good morning, good morning, good morning. Come on in. Come on in. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Saturday. It is time for our Saturday morning sales meeting. Come on in. Get this shared out just a little bit. Oop, that's not it. Wow, where did it go? Nope, that's not it either. Wow, where is it? There we go. There it is. I think. Come on in. Come on in. Give it just a second. Let a few people join in this morning. Come on in, folks. Good morning. It is Saturday, November the 2nd, 2019. This is going to be another fantastic day because that's the day and that's the way I choose for my day to be. Good morning. I want to welcome you here. I am Brad Smith, the original Car Smith, and I want to welcome you here today. This is going to be a great day. We're going to talk today about there is a gold mine in your service drive. So come on in, let's talk about that just a little bit. I know a lot of you in the automotive business, you guys are working today, you're working on Saturday. Some places in the country, you're gonna have a little bit better weather than others, but I wanna welcome you here. We're gonna talk about, doesn't matter what the weather is, we are going to create a fantastic day because I'm gonna tell you where to find a great flow of customers right there in your service drive. So, for a couple of years, I worked for a company called Auto Alert. Auto Alert is a data mining company. And whether you use data mining, whether you use equity mining, or if you don't have either one of them and you just want to create some extra business, I'm going to give you some help today on how to be able to mine customers out of your service drive. So there is a lot of opportunity out there, guys, and I want to kind of just open up the possibilities because I know there's a lot of people that just don't like going out and talking to service customers. They're afraid to kind of go back and deal with service customers because they're afraid of what they're going to have to deal with. They're afraid they're going to have to deal with problems. They're afraid that you're going to have service customers back there that have got issues with their car. And you don't know how to be able to deal with them. Well, I'm going to give you a couple different ways to be able to deal with those, as well as how to be able to mine business out of your service department to create the best single month you've ever had in November. So here's what we're going to talk about. First, yes, you might run into some customers that are having service issues, but that is a real opportunity for you to be able to create some fantastic customer loyalty. Now, remember, not everybody is looking for you to solve their problem. That's why they're in the service department, is so that they can solve their problem. They may just need somebody to vent to. But here's an opportunity, and I'm going to tell you how to be able to focus in on the right clients. So if you have data mining software, or if you have equity mining software, and there is a difference, but either way, those will help you identify some real fantastic clients for you to be able to talk to in the service department. And if you've got that software, I absolutely recommend that you use that software to your benefit, to help you focus in and focus your time on the customers that have the greatest potential. If you don't have that software, that's okay. What I'm going to recommend is, now that you go back out and you focus in on customers that are looking at vehicles that they've been in for about 2.5 to 3 years at least. Now, there will be customers that you can work with in advance of that. But for the majority of the customers, if you're not dealing with data mining or equity mining software, I'm just going to recommend that you stay away from it because you're going to waste a lot of time. But This works especially, my friends, if you're dealing with customers that, if you're working for a dealership that is a Subaru store, a Honda store, a Toyota store, a Highline import store. There is absolutely a gold mine back there. Is there gold mines in other franchises? Yes, but you're not going to have as high of an opportunity. In a lot of cases, you're going to deal with customers that have been financing for longer terms. They didn't put as much down and maybe don't have as good of credit. So you're going to be a little bit more challenged, but the gold mine is still there. So how do I approach customers? What do I say? What is it that will help me in the service drive? Well, I can tell you this because I've dealt with customers in the service drive, and their customers in general would trade vehicles more often if they knew they could. Right now, new vehicles are changing at such a rapid pace. There is more technology going into today's cars than there ever has been. There is more options and luxury kind of accoutrements or options available to them than they've ever had. You have lane departure, you have automatic braking, you have, in some cases, vehicles that are moving almost towards self-driving. You can deal with vehicles that have radar detection in front of them, and they can lock on vehicles in front of them from a cruise control standpoint. There are features with backup cameras, surround cameras with 360-degree vision around the vehicle. In a lot of cases, seats that'll vibrate to alert you to emergency situations, automatic braking, warning systems with cross traffic detection. It'll pick up when there's pedestrians stepping in front of or behind your vehicle, depending on which direction you're going. There's lots and lots and lots of options that are coming into our cars now that we have never ever had before. So there is a lot of reasons for customers to upgrade to a newer vehicle. Now the question is can they? And that's why I want you to focus in on customers that have owned their vehicle for 2.5 to 3 years. Now, I'm not necessarily saying vehicles that are 2.5 to 3 years old, because sometimes they didn't buy them new. I want you to focus in on customers that have owned their vehicles time since delivery of 2.5 to 3 years. So right now, we're just entering into November, right? So back up 6 months, you're now talking about May. Back up 2 years, there's 2.5 years. So you're looking for delivery dates prior to early May of 2017. Look for delivery dates prior to May of 2017, and those will help you focus in on customers that have the greatest likelihood of being able to do what I'm going to talk to you about today. So if you're in business development centers and you are talking about confirming service appointments, maybe this is a great time for you to discuss with your customers an opportunity for the sales department to do an equity evaluation for customers' vehicles. But what I really want to talk about is now, how do you approach a customer? A lot of times we don't talk to service customers because we don't know what to say. So it doesn't matter whether they like the vehicle, they hate the vehicle, they love the vehicle, they can't stand the vehicle. The approach will be the same. If they own vehicles that, especially that your dealership represents that franchise, right? So if you're in a Honda store, I'm talking about used Hondas. If you're in a Toyota store, I'm talking about used Toyotas, because you've got more customers coming in to find those vehicles there than at any other brand store in your area, in your market area, right? So your service department, or I'm sorry, your used car department has a very high demand for owners to turn those vehicles into your used car department, because your used car manager is looking for customers or looking for vehicles that are 2.5 to 3 years old, that have maybe about 30,000, 40,000 miles more or less than what they did when they bought them. Your used car manager is looking for those vehicles. So here is the perfect approach. we're going to go and talk to customers and suggest to them that they own a vehicle that is exactly what your used car manager is looking for. Now, what you're going to ask them to do is to let you buy their car from them, right? Now, here's the good news for you as a salesperson is if you buy their car from them, what do they need to do? That's right. They need to find something else to drive. So here is your opportunity to upgrade them. Now, I have never seen a whole lot of customers that just say, oh yeah, I'll let you buy it. No, you've got to give them the reason to be able to upgrade. And it's not just that your used car manager wants to buy a car exactly like theirs. No, it's because what you're going to do is offer them an opportunity to move into a brand new, same make, model, trim as what they own for about the same payment. So think about it from a customer standpoint. If you own a vehicle that you've now been in for 2.5, 3 years, and you are offered an opportunity to upgrade to a brand new, same make, model, trim as what you own, and keep your payment the same, no increase or about the same, wouldn't you do that? Wouldn't you like to be able to get all those new features that you don't have in your vehicle? Maybe it was being able to hook up and hook up to all the different apps on your phone that are now in your car as well. Wouldn't you like to be able to have those features and not pay more per month than what you're paying? Of course you would. So, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, my used car manager is looking for a vehicle just like yours. If I can move you into a brand new, same make, model, trim as what they have, for about the same payment, can I have your car back? Really? So that's the first approach. There are customers that also have a lot of equity that, and here's a big question for you. It's November, we're getting ready to go into Christmas season. If you could move somebody out of a 5-year purchase into a 3-year lease, keep their payment about the same, and giving them a check back for part of, if not all, their equity, and help them at that point move into a new vehicle every 3 years, wouldn't that be a great opportunity? Wouldn't they love to have the check for part of, if not all, of the equity out of their car? Wouldn't you love, if you were a consumer, to be able to have that money to be able to spend on your family at Christmas time? Maybe right now they don't know how they're paying for Christmas. Here's an opportunity for you to be able to move them into those vehicles. If I could give you a check back for part of, if not all, of the equity in your vehicle, move you into a brand new vehicle every 3 years, and help you keep your payment about the same, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, could I interest you in selling your car back to me? There's some great opportunities, guys. Here's the nice part of it. Go approach those customers. If you have equity mining or data mining software, use it. Here's the nice part. About 2 in 10 customers, 1 in 5 will tell you yes. And 2/3 of those you'll close. How many opportunities do you have today to close 2/3 of the customers that you talk to? There's a gold mine in your service department. Go work it. Help your used car manager better his used car department. Help your customers find money for Christmas. Help move them into a brand new car, keeping their payment the same. Take those tips today, help move you into those new vehicles, and my friends, you will increase your sales. Thanks. Tips from the Carsmith, the original Carsmith. I'm Brad Smith. I'll see you next Saturday for the Saturday morning sales meeting. Have a fantastic day. Bye now. Man, I hope I did.